Hey guys, Joe doing a Dungeon Enemy deck profile for what I would have ran at WCQ. Unfortunately, I didn't make it in time for registration, as I said, but this is what I definitely would have ran. Not really much changes I would have made to the deck. Maybe I would bump down one of the weapons, like a Alerta, to 1, and then bump up Dominion Rod to 4. But the consistency was better this way anyway. When I did the free fight, this deck did pretty well, so I'm not making any complaints. Um, so then we got the Buddy Bladewing Phoenix, and we've got a very nice, sexy SP. Gotta have an SP buddy. And of course we got the Dungeon Wall flag. These are pretty generic stuff you'll just always need. You'll just always need a flag and a buddy. Kind of what this game thrives on. But anyway, let's get on to the deck. We've got 3 Fate Skeleton. Of course you just need that 3k body size 0. Of course 3k power, and then even be able to bump up to 4k power is a really great thing to have in a size 0. And just your simple 2 crit, 1/2/2 Mamashima Cobalt. He's not really anything special just because his power is so terrible, but you do have, and his defense is just weirdly 2000. Honestly, they should have just made him a tiger because there's no reason. He's not really special in any way. Then we've got 4 Evil Break, my most hated card in the deck, but of course it's really great for consistency, so you best run at 4. And with his 2/1/2 stats being so terrible and costing me a gauge just to call him, he just allows me to get my plays, such as getting a Dominion Rod, so I can probably use a Demon Lord's Dungeon in my hand or anything like that. Or just give me a Alerta so I can go on a more defensive side. Then we've got your simple 1000 Rapier 5/2/1 Dox Cobalt, so not really much to say there. And then we got the 5/2/1 Buddy. We've got 4 Bladewing Phoenix. Bladewing Phoenix is absolutely needed card. Of course, you need that 5th SP copy. But, no. But you definitely need this card. It's just a really great double attack. It helps you clear his field, go for lots and lots of damage with, Dominion Rod and another, size 1, or like this, or go for the size 0, with 2 crit Mamashima. So you can go for a lot of triple formation plays that get you 8 damage on board. So this is a really great card. Then we've got, for the previous buddy, one on Demon Lord Keith 1/8. Keith 1/8 is just really great because having penetrate on a monster that can also save itself is absolutely insane. 5,000 defense just makes it just enough to make your opponent, just bait out your opponent to attack this. So it's a really great thing to have. Even if I take Lifelink 2, he's just still a great card because I can still just go in and go for penetrate. So just having that option is really nice in the deck. Then we got 2 of my favorite cards, Gogo and Mazubaha. Well, most people probably say you should have played Thunder Spaltus or something if you weren't there. Thunder Spaltus is honestly just a terrible card to me because Lifelink 2, and then most likely just going to be a really dead card in my hand more often than even this, because this at least has 6k body. That thing has 8k, who cares? I mean, this can go to 7k, that can go to 9k, blah blah blah. My arguments are invalid, but it's just because Lifelink 2 sucks, and plus it's only useful if I throw it in the center. This thing can be on the side, and I can still do really well with it. That's why I really like it a lot more. And then last of the monsters, we got the 4 size 3s. The best size 3. No. Sorry. Anyway, we've got 4 Guardian Dragon of the Ruins, Meteor Rain. Meteor Rain is just the best card. Just counter destruction, double soul guard, 10,000 power, penetrate. What do you ask for? It's all in this card. So we've got, that's all the monsters. And then we have these spells, simple nullifiers. We've got 4 Shalsana, and 1, 2, 3. Sorry, got caught. 4 Pillar of Fire. Easier basic removal. You have to run at 4 in this deck. And another card you must run at 4, or at least 3 if you really don't like this card. Dangerous Fuse. It just gets you more cards in your hand, so you're going to have more bait for it, such as this, or 1/8. Little 1/8 right here. Or 1/8. Or you can get just more gauge, which you can honestly just use in the rest of the turn. So this card is very, very useful when it comes to late game. Then we've got 3 Demon Lord's Dungeon. This just is a really good card. It gets you all your size 1 or less dungeon enemies by paying their call costs, and you call them at the beginning of the turn. And the only thing you need to do is be able to you can only cast this when you have a Demon Lord on field, which is just pretty much this, the Minion Rod, and itself. So it's really good. Most people say run 4, but 3 is more consistent because four copies is really not going to get you anywhere. You only can call 3 monsters onto the field, so why have a 4th? And also, it's like, oh, but what if they destroy it? Then I can still call 2 monsters per turn if I need to. So there's no reason to really play the 4th, in honest opinion. And then last of the spells, we got 2 Oracle, 2 Ball, just because late game, 5 less life, discard entire hand, or discard nothing, and then I just draw 3. And then we've got, of course, all the weapons that are searchable through Evil Break. We've got 3 Dominion Rod, pay 1 gauge, and boost all my dungeon enemies by +1. So, of course, this card is really amazing because it just makes all my monsters bigger beaters and giving them a little tiny bit of more defense. And that sometimes doesn't matter, but sometimes it can. So, any amount of power matters in all games. But either way, this thing is still good because it has 2 crit. 3k is not bad, but it's not good either. I wish it boosted itself, but that'd be pretty broke. But then we've got the other staff. We got Staff of Monster Master Alerta. Alerta is just pretty good to go on a defensive option. It does give counterattack +2/+2, but you have to rest it to do it. So you can only get usually 1 use out of it at a time. But of course, sometimes this can really make your opponent. You can play mind games with your opponent because they don't want to go for a single attack on almost anything because you can counterattack. It's just an obvious counterattack giver, so they're just gonna waste link attacks, and then you can go for many plays later. And then one thing I haven't shown you guys is my sideboard, but this is the sideboard I would have used, and I'm gonna explain a little bit of what matchups they were for. Then we got first we got 3 Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone is just there for any decks that try and stall with the center. Seeger's not really a major problem for this deck, but just because I can have an answer, it'll just be pretty cool. So that's why this card's in the deck. Then we've got super hate on Thunder Knights. We've got 3 Gummy Slime. Gummy Slime's just awesome. Gummy Slime is love. Gummy Slime is life. But either way, it's just really great because I can still bring this back with the Demon Lord's Dungeon. So I don't care if they try and keep killing this. I can just keep bringing it back and stopping their moves so I can keep hitting their center. And unless you got all the blue dragons and green dragons and white dragons and all the shields in the world, then I'm just going to keep poking you in for damage. So I really don't care. But this card just really slows down Thunder Knights for me so I can go in for plays. Even if they get rid of this, I have Penetrate cards, so I'm not really affected by that. Then we got 2 Cecilia Spell Disarm. Of course, this is just for the main meta, but this is just because it costs you 2 gauge. That's why you don't want to play more in your sideboard. It costs you 2 gauge where you can destroy an item or spell. This is mainly for Dungeon Mix and New Danger World, new meta. Then we've got 2 Dungeon Explosion, just because this stops lots of rush decks, because what you do is pay 2 life, have a Demon Lord, so you can pay only 3 gauge instead of 7, and then you counter destroy all monsters on your opponent's field. So you can pretty much nuke your opponent's field right when you need to. So it just deals with any rush matchups at any given moment you need. So I hope you guys like this video and subscribe to Team Building Infinity for more Buddy Fight videos. And thank you for watching. So stick around. See you guys later. Joe going out.